All right, welcome back to Bag Society. I'm your co-host Jay with my other co-host,
Us.
and of course the other one.
C Money.
Bro, stop bulging your eyes, dude. That's creepy.
Hello.
Yeah.
Creepy
I mean, not
guy.
P Diddy creepy, but creepy.
It is kind of P Diddy creepy.
Who is on the lam, buddy? He is on the lam. That's unfortunate for him. So what happens to P Diddy's empire now? Is everything going to be seized, just like possibly Mar-a-Lago? That would be hilarious, but
Mar-a-Lago's not being seized. What are you talking
oh my
about?
god, I want to see it. I want to see feds try to see it.
No. First of all, if we're gonna talk real life, they reduced his bond today.
Of course they
Yeah.
did. I
To
bet it's
only
like
$170 million.
Yep, I knew it. I knew they were going to do that the last freaking minute. They always do it.
They're doing everything they possibly can for him not to run.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It does feel
Personally,
like that. It does feel like that.
if they
No,
if they tried to seize Mar-a-Lago, and I had to see like a bunch of those like boomers like chained up to the doors to defend the Southern White House, I don't know. It'd be kind of funny.
Here's the thing.
I'm so delusioned in politics that anything that makes me feel or laugh, I'm for it.
Who is it so badly that doesn't want him to run?
I don't know. I guess the AG of New York.
The Democrats, dude.
It's the damn Democrats again. The demon
Well,
rats.
I mean, they know that
They
it
know
doesn't matter who runs.
Bro.
Biden ain't winning.
Biden is not winning, and if he does win, then there's major concerns that it's gonna be like, hey, bro.
The most embarrassing thing that could happen to the Democratic Party is a debate between Trump and Biden.
I mean, considering I watched their last debates, they were pretty bad on both sides.
Yeah.
They were pretty fucking bad.
Well, the first debate, like in 2020, Biden did okay. He kind of won because Trump went hard.
He
Looked
would
like a maniac.
shut up.
And then the second debate, Biden looked just pretty weak. And they're like, all right, man, you're going to stay in the basement until COVID's.
Yeah, and that was 4 years ago.
Dude,
Imagine-
Damn.
dude, I know. Are you ready for Battle of the Geriatrics Part 2? Because, man, I am, dude. Who's ever in
There's
office?
no way. There's no way Biden can do anything, dude.
There's no way.
Dude,
There's
How
no
long you-
way.
dude.
How long do you think it took him to do that ice cream commercial? Probably 1,000.
I don't know, man. My man Biden really likes ice cream. He really likes ice cream, dude. I don't know.
I like smelling little girls too, dude. So what's the difference?
He's probably just socially awkward.
Yeah, so he probably didn't need a second take.
Well, that's what they always said. They're like, oh, he's got a speech impediment. It's like, yeah, but not for the last 30 years he hasn't.
Right. Come on.
It's
They love
funny.
saying that. He's got a stutter. No, he's just old as fuck, dude.
It's so funny because I watched his like old debates against Paul Ryan during like the 20 was it?
All Ryan.
Yeah, no, the 2012 election, and dude, he was sharp. He buried him, and then
Yeah.
bam, just blew up, dude. Wild.
That's what happens when you get old, bro.
But they're all old. We're run
I
by
know, they're
geriatric boomers. Mitch McConnell finally is retired.
And dude, they're all
Damn.
just holding on to anything that they can.
Of course,
Mitch
dude.
McConnell, Nancy Pelosi, they ain't boomers, brother. They're part of the greatest generation. Like they should be dead by now.
No, thank God. They are not a part of the greatest generation, man. These people, their kids are just ruining everything, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. But
Is
you
it-
know what?
Sad to
They
say.
gave us the internet.
Oh my God. Dude, and with the advent of AI, I mean, I'm sure you've like seen in social media those fake ads that keep coming out. Like it's obviously AI generated, and they're just like, bro, I'm a rich celebrity, like Elon Musk. Download my free casino app. I'm just giving money away. And their guys are just like, that's my guy.
Yo,
I'm downloading that
that's
app.
been happening to Joe Rogan for years.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Like you can
That's it.
obviously tell it's fake, but people are
Yeah.
just like,
I keep seeing this one for like sleep apnea, and it's immediately like, oh, man, I couldn't sleep. And then all of a sudden I'm trying this, blah, 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 blah. And it like, I can't remember the name of it. And it's like, that's not what he said.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen this episode, and or it's like somebody superimposed because they love to use the like red curtain in the background,
yeah.
and they're not actually on Rogan, but they want you to think they're on
They're
Joe
on,
Rogan
yeah.
talking to him.
These are the
Yeah.
people
Dude, it's
deciding our lives.
painful.
The people who believe this shit. These people
No.
just still have so much power over us.
No, these are the people that are trying to make money using AI.
No, I mean,
They're fooling
the fraudsters, yeah, but who are they targeting? They're not targeting us. They're targeting the old people.
Yeah.
And then you see like obviously like parody like groups and stuff going like, you know, Donald Trump just finally took power through the military. Say amen. And you see like a legion of amens going like, finally, brother, finally it's over.
Are old people like easily fooled?
I just find it ironic. This is the same generation that told me don't believe everything on the
Yeah.
internet. And in about 10, 15 years, they believe everything on the internet.
Yeah. 100%, dude.
But yeah, these
Old people are just easily fooled.
dude, they, you know, they got to siphon out that
And our
money from the
president-
villages in Florida, you know?
I like
Got to
ice
go somewhere. I like ice
I
cream.
like- I like ice.
Facebook status. Google, how do I cook rice?
I remember I was trying to have this conversation with my mom one time. This was a couple years ago. I was like, you know, this man isn't making any decisions in the White House. Yes, he is.
Oh, Mr.
He's
Biden?
president.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Dude. I'm
What if-
sure he has like a
I think next time I see your mom, I'd be like, whatever, boomer.
And I'm just like,
look.
I bet you she would get so mad at me.
I'm just floored. I'm like, there's no way you believe this.
I think he makes some decisions like maybe once a week, but you know,
Yeah.
you have a cabinet.
Here's what I think happens. His advisors come up to him and go, "Sir, I think we need to go this way." He's like, "Oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea."
That's exactly what happens.
Like, yeah, he's signing the paper. He's making the decision.
Come on, are you
But
telling?
it is
Are you
not an original thought?
Are you telling
No.
me he's not the guy tweeting from his account?
He doesn't even know what
What are you
tweet
talking
Intel
about?
said.
Dude,
Oh.
his tweets are ridiculous. Like, hey y'all, hey folks.
We're back to civility, my guy.
Yeah.
I can't with
Nah,
this guy.
dude. I want him calling people fat pigs. And
Oh, so you want to trumpet?
Yeah, you want Trump to be back.
dude, I mean, as brutal as it was the most entertaining I've ever seen, dude.
That's the only
It was
reason people really like
wild.
him is because he's entertaining.
Is it entertaining because it's just real? I feel like
I mean, is it real though?
real.
Because I feel like as much shit as he slings, I feel like if you're in a room with him one on one, he wouldn't say that shit to you. He'd be like, "Hey man, you're looking good."
I mean, you say that, but then like you look at the debate with Hillary Clinton, and he just like literally
But he used to be friends
chat
with
all
her.
over. But it didn't matter. But I'm saying like he's not afraid to say it.
No, he's
He's not
not.
afraid.
But I'm just saying, like,
It's-
he's a
especially if there's
showman.
an audience.
He's a showman.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 100%.
I just feel like he's fake.
I
Well,
think
no,
he's real. I think everybody else is
I-
fake. I think he's.
I think he knows what he. I think he's a showman. He's a seasoned showman. He knows what his audience wants to hear, and so he'll say it.
Yeah,
I mean-
but so does every politician. They all
Yeah.
know what their people want to hear.
He takes it to a whole nother level, though.
Yeah, because you're just like, whoa, we can really say that shit? Like what I'm kind of thinking?
Because what? Wait, hold
He's
on.
an
because
innovator.
what
We're
other-
talking about this.
What other politician before Trump was going to call Hillary crooked?
Nobody.
But all the people were thinking, "Oh my God, she's so crooked." Like,
Again, he's just saying what I just, in my opinion,
doesn't that make him real? Because that's why he's so relatable.
is it real just to say what your audience wants to hear?
I don't know if he's relatable, but I will say I think he just
A
the
man,
fact that he says what people thinks makes them be like, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
that's
It's-
a better way.
You-
Yeah,
You can't really relate to a billionaire, right?
No,
Yeah,
You can just be like,
this man had
that guy
golden toilets.
understands
I
me.
can't relate to that.
he had an airplane, he's
Oh,
going to university. He
Trump
had steak.
wants,
But there's that
yeah,
some-
Trump steaks, baby. I remember those ads.
but there's that some level where he's in tune with the people, right? Where
No, he
he's in
definitely,
tune-
again, he definitely has his finger on. He definitely knows his audience. 100%. No one could like deny
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying like I think he's just saying what his audience wants to hear.
Yeah, but all politicians are. It doesn't
all
matter.
politicians.
No,
Yeah,
I get it. I'm not
You're
saying
just-
he's any different.
All the other politicians just are mad because he speaks more to the people than anybody else, right?
People want his level of influence. That's why they're mad. People want
Oh,
what
he
he had.
But he got his influence just from talking
speaking.
shit.
Yeah. he's like, and he can talk. And the reason why he got the influence is because he's saying what everybody else is thinking in their mind, because he's in tune with the people.
That's
He's
true.
just-
Here-
But
My theory is most people don't give a fuck about policy. They
Yeah.
just want people to talk shit and shit on the other side. And that's what he does, dude.
I
And
mean,
you know what?
That's probably true.
It worked.
it is true. It is true. A lot of people who are like the loyalists of him they're not voting on policy. They're
No,
voting
dude.
on pissing off the other side. That's what they want.
They can barely
want,
read.
They want
They can barely
warfare.
read. So how do they care about
That's
policy?
the thing. That's the thing. I mean, he does have that occult following.
Dude, it's
You know
a
what I
cult.
mean?
It's a cult.
It's a
It's
cult.
a cult of personality, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a cult.
It really is.
Yeah.
Those
Have you
people.
seen those interviews where they're like, they're like asking like, hey, what do you think? Trump said he wanted to be a dictator for a day. How do you feel about that? They're like, hey man, if he needs to be a dictator, like, sometimes you got to just like, fix the country.
Dude, they
And
did.
you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
They did spit takes with it too. They're like, did you hear what Biden said about being a dictator? And they're like, this is why we need him out of office. He's a dictator. That's communism. That's so bad. He's like a Nazi. And they're like, wait a minute. Trump said that. They're
No,
like,
like-
we can redo this, right? Okay. So if Trump needs to be a dictator for a day, I mean, there's a lot of fixing that needs to be done. It's like, this is
Yeah.
legit, dude. It's a cult.
Do you guys
Yeah.
want to hear my theory, my conspiracy theory?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, let's do it. You have the best.
Lay it on us.
This is what I think. I think our government is hijacked.
Yeah.
I think it's hijacked by the CIA.
Yeah.
These people are groomed to topple foreign governments. So what's going to stop them from like, you know what? We topple so many other governments around the world. Let's just take over the United States. It'll be so easy. And
How
I
can
think
the United States take over the United States?
no, I think the intelligence community, the CIA.
You're saying that the intelligence community, the intelligence agency,
I
has
think
taken
they run
control of
everything.
all three branches of the government.
Yeah,
You
I
think
think they
that
run
The
everything.
CIA runs everything?
Yeah, I think they run everything. Everything.
They did have a president.
Yeah.
That
Good old George
my
H.W.
conspiracy theory, because
George H.W. was the head of the CIA.
but I think the only reason why I think that is because they know everything. They know
No, they don't.
everything. Yeah, they do. They know everything.
There's not enough people at the CIA to know everything.
That's a good. You know what? I never realized.
I don't know,
how
man.
big it
I've
is.
seen American Dad. They have some crazy shit at the CIA.
They got Roger.
They did manage to
Just-
get Roger.
Think
Right.
about
He's an alien.
how many
bro.
people when you're working at the casino and you're slammed and you're like, I don't have enough fucking people to cover all these tables that we need to be running, right?
Yeah.
You think the government's any different? Like, dude, there is a manpower issue. There's a labor issue. So you're telling me they're running all their foreign intelligence, what they're mandated to do
Yeah.
in order to inform the president and Congress, and they're doing this inside job? How many people do you think work for the CIA, dude?
I think it's an art. I think it's
You
like
work for the CIA? Is that how you know this?
I would work for the CIA.
I do. I want to say I want to be in the future. I'm trying to be a great interviewer. So right now I have to tell everybody no.
No. All right.
You never know where the paper trail comes, you know?
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody ever puts that into perspective. They're like, how many people work at the CIA? How are they? How could they possibly do that?
How do we know the number is accurate?
Well, here's the thing too. Do they have enough manpower to listen to? Because they listen and track all our calls.
They
and
don't
stuff.
listen.
No,
That's the
the
NSA.
NSA does, right?
That's different. Those are two different organizations.
But but it's still part of the intelligence community.
That's not. I'm telling you right now. Why do you think 9/11 happened? There's walls that are built. You think the CIA and the NSA trust each other? You think the FBI trusts the CIA?
I don't know.
They
But-
hate
but-
each other.
but
There
don't-
is.
So you're
there
saying
is
there's
stuff
no.
you don't understand.
But you're saying there's
I'm
no.
telling you right now from personal experience, dude.
Okay, but you're saying there's no guy at common ground. Nobody knows everything.
I
Of
mean,
course not.
there
How would one person know everything?
There was a good point in the FBI's history where they're just more focused on having files on their own intelligence agencies than actual criminals. I mean, that was Hoover's legacy.
Well, I know. There's different. I think there's like 11 different like ABC branches or whatever.
Well, there's 17 agencies part of the intelligence community.
Okay, there's 17, and I know like, yeah, you see it all the time. Like FBI and the NSA, they get into fights or whatever, stuff like that. But I think
You got like turf wars.
You don't see it, dude. I'm telling you right now.
I don't know.
I don't know. I would
That's
join
what
the
I'm telling
CIA.
you.
My conspiracy. I think the CIA, they run everything.
I don't think they do.
As someone who has
Actually-
watched almost every Bond film, I would be a part of the CIA. I think I'd be pretty
So-
good at it.
Here's the thing. Up until what, 2000, mid 2000s, the director of the CIA was head of all intelligence community, right? They were the head of the intelligence community. But then they established the DNI, the Director of National Intelligence, and actually pulled the CIA director down, and they're still pissed off about it, dude. Still pissed off about it.
When did this
So
happen?
I think, oh man, I want to say 2005 or 2006. Bush created the position, just like when he created like DHS. There's like
Yeah.
a whole reorganization because they realized because of 9/11, the intelligence community, they weren't talking to each other. They were stovepiping information. So like the FBI knew something, the NSA knew something, the CIA knew something, but they weren't talking because
Yeah.
they were hoarding their intelligence. So they created the DNI position. You can find it, they'll call it like ODNI, Office of Director of National Intelligence, to funnel everything up. And for somebody who was like agnostic to oversee it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they run, and
That seems like a
Yeah.
good move.
You just told me not one person.
no, they
You just told him
oversee
the
it.
true president.
So like what at the end of the day, what happens is like this person is the arbiter, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like when they're like, hey, you guys aren't working together, they're like, hey, you report to me, you're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing, right? They had to make them subordinate to somebody, even though they were already subordinate to the president. So I don't know why.
But I mean, like, they're
But-
still probably stovepiping. You know what I mean? Like you said, it's still to this day. You know what I mean? They're still
Yeah, I mean,
holding
things-
information. And you
Things
know,
always get stovepiped.
yeah. And truthfully, information, when it's out there, it's like everybody, really, the whole world sees it at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And like, here's the thing though, like, how do you run something? How do you run a country? Can you really do it in secret?
Yes, I think
How?
so. for
How?
Sure.
How?
That's, bro. Bro. Okay.
There's 535 members of Congress. There's the president. There's his entire cabinet and administration. There's the entire judicial system. Like, you're talking thousands of people.
Yeah. I think it can be done. It's not impossible. It is not impossible.
I think it's impossible.
No, because here's the thing. Like I said, right? Has the CIA toppled governments? All right, okay. I won't ask you that directly, but I'm saying there has been claimed CIA has toppled governments around the world. If you
Oh,
could,
they have. Argentina,
if you could,
Pinochet, baby.
if you
Yeah.
can topple governments,
Iran, Afghanistan.
Yeah. Iran used to have a king.
Yeah. But think about the countries we're toppling governments in. What are they doing? They fund the paramilitary organization. They give them firepower.
Yeah, it's
And
always
they just-
covert. It's not direct.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
what does covert mean? Secret.
Covert means, look, dude, you're an up and coming general. And let's say your president of your country decided to be a socialist. That's a big no-no here in the Western Hemisphere.
Actually, covert just means like there's no attribution to the US government. That's all it means.
Right. Meanwhile, here
It
comes a
doesn't mean
guy in a
secret.
shiny suit with a briefcase who was just like, yo, dude, I hear you need some funding. You need some
That's all they
weapons.
did, dude.
I
They
got
just
you.
give them money. It's
Yeah.
all
I
money.
know.
And then,
I
like, even the president can do this. Look at Reagan. And then, your general can
Who was
just take
an
the fall
actor.
for you.
Wasn't Reagan
He was he was a big time Hollywood actor. Yes, he
He
was.
also signed in the largest bill of amnesty for illegal immigrants.
He also committed treason with the Iran Contra.
Yeah, treason's
Big
maybe
word.
some light treason.
Look, listen to fucking Fox News correspondent Ollie North. He might tell
Shout
you a
out to
few
Ollie
things.
North.
Yeah, shout out to Ollie North. Thank you for taking the fall for Reagan.
Hey man, somebody had to take the fall.
He's a real American hero.
Real American hero, dude. He was like, my bad. I thought Congress said we could give them weapons.
Hey man, like things happen. It's okay.
It's okay.
I don't know, but all I'm saying is
Tony Stark's weapons just
I
falls in
think-
terrorist hands all the time.
I think that's just my conspiracy theory. I've gone down the line.
I just disagree with it. I think people who think that an organization runs things, it's so limited, man. It's not nuanced enough.
but it's permanent. That's what I'm saying. Like it's a permanent
It's not
thing.
it's not
Everything-
permanent.
Oh, all right. Well, not
Because like think about it.
people were there
Congress-
for like 20, 30 years, right? CIA,
Yeah, but they have to be.
right? Where everybody else isn't,
Why not?
because they all have term limits.
Some people know how to run the country, and some people are just there. Some people are there for
No,
theater.
but think about it. When you're talking intelligence, you need people who are subject matter experts in order to make analysis. How do you do that if you don't work a problem set for 20 or 30 years? How are you supposed to learn the ins and outs of a government?
No, and I agree with you, right? You learn the ins and outs of government. You toppled governments, and then you're like, hey, you know what? Let's just control. I mean, you don't think they do like CIA operations on us?
No, it's illegal.
Do you know how many?
Thank goodness.
Of course it's illegal, but do you know how many declassified things come out and be like, oh yeah, the CIA did this?
Here's the question. Was it recent?
No, because
Exactly. You know when it became illegal? It was in the 1980s under Reagan.
oh, shout out to Reagan then.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll argue with you all night long,
I
dude.
know.
I know all the laws because it was the Wild West back in the day. It was the Wild
dude, they would like fucking spike drinks of their own agents just to see what would happen.
Yeah.
It was
But that's
wild,
because-
dude.
When and they did do some things where it was like, hey, technically it's not in your mandate, right? Like there was some weird shit that happened, and the CIA would test in country, certain things. But you got to ask yourself, like, what's the role of the CIA? What's the role of the NSA? Here's a thing.
Yeah.
I just read it, The Puzzle Palace. Interesting history on the NSA. And it's about how they kind of became a thing. And then it was like, oh shit, can we actually legally do this? You know what I mean? Like
Was it?
it was like in the 40s and 50s, and like there was no laws
Yeah.
about it because like technology was starting to begin to like
Yeah.
really build
Develop.
and and they were like tapping into it, and the laws hadn't caught up yet. It was
Yeah.
it's really interesting.
Oh, see, that's the thing too. Is I mean, like the CIA could be doing something right now to us that we're just not aware of it until 20, 30 years down the line.
No, but here's the thing: is like the law is that they cannot operate against domestic entities.
Right. Or meddle with our elections and stuff like that, right?
Well, that'd be a domestic entity, yeah.
Yeah. I don't believe
But
it.
you know who can?
Russia.
Is the FBI.
Oh, the FBI can?
Yeah, that's their job. Their job is internal. The CIA's job is external.
You know what? I didn't know that.
So I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna attribute some shit, attribute it to the right people.
I still don't, man. Come on, man. Nah, dude.
I'm just saying.
I don't know, man.
He's saying that the real enemy is the FBI, dude. You're focusing
I'm
on the
saying-
wrong people.
I'm just saying, read the law. That's all I'm saying.
There's so many laws.
Exactly. There's
There's
so many
billions
laws.
of laws.
I don't know about billions, but there's probably hundreds of thousands.
Look, there's only one law I fucking read, and that's the Constitution.
And that's the
Goddamn right.
God.
That's the golden law. The
That's the
golden
golden law constitution. Everyone trying to trample over my constitutional rights.
I love the
The
Constitution.
Constitution is amazing. I would have sex with the Constitution.
It's the best document ever written.
we the people.
We the people, in order to form a perfect union.
Isn't that the Declaration of Independence?
No, it's the preamble to the Constitution.
Is it?
Yeah,
We the people?
yeah.
Okay.
What do you? Oh my God! Now I gotta look this up. There's no way to fuck this up.
Right.
No, because like the Constitution is like, you know, rights and shit, but like the Declaration of Independence was just like, you know, King George sucks. That's all it was.
No, the Constitution has all the amendments where the Declaration of Independence is the we the people, you know, to more
I-
perfect union.
I'm just guessing. I don't know.
I don't think
idea.
Chris knows this thing. I don't know. He doesn't know the laws.
Okay, he doesn't know his shit. I was right. Make me questioning that shit. I had to sing that in front of people in elementary school.
You had to sing it?
Yeah, I had to sing it.
Yeah, we all had.
I even still know the tune.
Chris, you probably had to sing it too. You just forgot.
What are you talking about?
We didn't
Sing
go
it.
to the same elementary school.
In order to form a more
It was,
perfect union.
We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is what I'm trying to tell you. There is evil forces that are meddling, right? You can see it in front of our own eyes. They're going after Diddy right now. Like how
Diddy is not a martyr, my guy. He is not a martyr for liberty right now. Please do not. Next thing you're gonna be like, was Epstein set up?
he was definitely killed in front of everybody.
I would say in front of everybody. I mean, I didn't see anyone. I didn't have a live feed to his cell, you know.
Technically, it was in front of nobody.
Yeah,
Because
you're
the
right.
cameras went dead at that very moment. So.
And both guards were asleep at that exact same moment.
Sleeping.
Dude, it's wild how that shit happened in Nuremberg too. It's crazy.
Yeah. And his roommate was a corrupt cop who was jacked as hell.
So I mean that had to have been the FBI's doing because internal.
I don't know, man. I think
Right.
Epstein Island was external.
I think that was just the Democratic Party, to be honest.
Yeah. To be honest, both parties had a
Right.
lot to lose.
If I had to float a conspiracy theory, that was politics, baby.
Nah, dude. Hold on. Let's be real. The Democratic Party is psyoping a lot of people, bro.
They're,
It is bad.
dude,
No, it
dude,
is
the
bad.
two parties are in bed together. I don't know why people want to blame one.
No, you're right.
None of them are better than the other.
You're right. And
They
that's what
all
keeps
have
us-
so many skeletons.
You're right.
All of them.
No, that's what keeps us divided. But I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie to you. More of the Democrat Party are just brainwashed to the max.
About
Like it's
what?
unreal. There's no talking to these people
About what?
about everything.
Like what?
Just about everything. I just feel
Okay.
like that's
Go to the Republican Party and be like, "Hey, Trump's not that great," and watch what happens.
a lot of Republicans don't like Trump.
Yeah, that's true. They don't. I would say. I think you're right. I think the Democrats are more diehard, where the Republicans are more reluctant. They're like, "This is how we stay in power. This is how we get it done."
They're a dying
Now there are
party.
there's the crazy MAGAs and there's the crazy left wingers. You got to take those out of the equation. I would say most Democrats that aren't on the far left are definitely more just like team, and like the
You can't,
like you said.
and the
Republicans are just more reluctant. They're just like, this is who we got. I just don't
But that's
like
team.
like Democrats.
they're not going to vote for a Democrat. They're still
I think
they're still
just,
batting
no,
for
they're
the
voting.
team.
No, it's not that they're voting for Trump. They're voting against the Democrat.
Yeah.
And the Democrats are voting against who?
No, they're just voting for their guy because they think their guy is the best.
Their
They're
slogan
crazy.
was
They know what's
anyone
right.
but Trump for like a while. Blue no matter
Oh,
who. That was
oh.
their whole galvanization was against Trump. The whole like 2016 and 2020, the whole galvanization was, hey, Trump sucks. It's not like they're just all like rah rah Team Blue. We don't care. It's all Biden. We love Biden.
Yes, they do.
It was literally just voting against Trump.
Hold on. Do you think we're better now? This country's better now, or 4 years ago?
We definitely have more focus on the culture war and division.
I think it's the same, dude.
But
think
like
it's-
bare bones, yeah, we're still like teetering status quo.
I think there's more wars going on. I think China's going to invade Taiwan this year. I think there's more wars going on.
Yeah.
I think there's more.
But here's the question: is it wars we started? That's
Of-
the
of-
question.
I mean, yeah.
What did we start?
Really, we invaded Ukraine and we invaded. We blew up Israel.
You said it 10 minutes ago. You're like, no, we just covertly give the other people money.
We're not
now-
covertly giving them money.
No,
We're
we're-
pretty,
they're
we're
not
pretty
giving-
giving the
They're
money out
not
in the
giving the
open.
Russians money. They're not giving Hamas money.
No, they're giving Ukraine a blank check.
That's not covert. That's overt, bro.
But that's
They're
what I'm
giving it
That's
right to
very
them.
over.
But that's what I'm
Like it's going through Congress. There's nothing covert
even
about it.
covert anymore. It's not even covert.
But it's not like we told
never
the Russians, hey, you should invade Ukraine. Putin's a crazy motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
I think what happened is he thought NATO was weak. He thought that COVID destroyed our country and we weren't going to galvanize and the US wouldn't spend the money. And he went for it. And it backfired.
Yeah, I don't
Did-
think the USA was just like, "Yo, Ukraine
It's
is
been
looking."
2 years, dude. It's
It has been 2
years.
He was amassing at the border for a while. There was a lot of articles before the war came out. It was just like, he's not gonna do.
For
He's
for almost a year they were
Yeah.
in the border, and it was right as like COVID was taken off, the elections were happening, January 6th happened, and like, dude, it was a planned. He was like, I think I'm going to strike when it's weak. They're not going to be able to agree, and he miscalculated NATO's response
like
to
in,
his
m-
action.
in my opinion, when I was to the start of the war, I think there was more people trying to like tamper down that he won't invade than more people believed he wouldn't.
No, everybody knew. They're like, right after the Olympics, he's evading. Like, it was like set in stone. Like everybody knew.
Mm.
Like they're like, he's gonna make it through the Olympics. Once the Olympics is over,
A lot of people didn't think he was going to. I really don't think that. I think it was the opposite. I think people thought, hey, this happens every couple of years, which it does. We'll see what happens. I don't think he's gonna do it. And he did it, dude. He took a calculated risk
The mad lad.
But my thing is
and
too,
it
is like,
backfired.
why would was Ukraine part of NATO?
No.
So then why does
So
but how does
The
he
ar-
know?
We have a vested interest in not letting Russia expand.
But okay then.
Besides
like,
Russia, what is the
businesses in
next
Ukraine.
biggest landmass in Europe besides Russia? What is the next one?
It's Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not part of NATO, so why does it matter if he invades it?
Because then he borders NATO.
Okay.
Yeah. And you have to realize that everyone that used to be under the Iron Curtain really does not like Russia. They really don't. Like, look at Poland.
No, I get it.
Poland
No,
would
I
love
get
to
it.
bomb Russia.
I get it. No, I get it. I get it. I get it. They didn't
No,
want Russia
every-
to expand.
A lot of those old Iron Curtain countries, they know Russia is aggressive. They've always believed it. They'd never forgotten it. They don't want Russia on their border.
No, it was terrible. I know the Iron Curtain was terrible. But if he I don't know. I don't know. Everybody knew he was gonna invade.
Mhm.
Everybody knows China's gonna invade Taiwan. Everybody's predicting that they're gonna invade this year.
Look, man, there's one China. That's the USA stance on it.
it is.
There's one
Really?
China. That's what Nixon
That's
said.
So here's the difference. That's what a lot of people don't know. Like, we support Taiwan, but the U.S. government's official position is the one China policy.
Taiwan is China.
Stop it.
That-
Really?
yeah.
That's when
So
we
then what's
when we
the-
opened up back trade. When we opened back
In the
trade
70s,
back up
yeah.
in the 70s through Nixon, he agreed there was one China.
So then what's the whole big deal about China
Posturing.
in Taiwan then?
posturing?
It's a proxy war, bro. It's a democratic bastion that used to be China. And so like we like kind of support it in this like weird backwater way by giving them weapons and
Blockade,
like some
having a lot of ships in that strait.
it's yeah, you know, it's a strategic place for us to be in case China does something.
Mm.
Uh
It's an ally it's an ally right there.
it's an ally in like name only, kind of.
Mm.
It's weird, man. Like Taiwan's weird. Because like officially the US does not disagree with China. The Chinese policy of one China.
Yeah.
They don't.
That's why, like a few years ago, like 2 years ago, it was a big deal when China was mad because we came out with like new globes and stuff, and we put Taiwan as a separate entity, and they were offended by it. And to be honest, yeah, because we agreed officially there's one China. Like, and to be honest,
What about Top Gun? He had the Taiwanese flag, and remember it was like a big deal on his jacket.
Was it really?
Yeah.
it's a big deal. Again, that's how we opened back up trade with China, dude.
I know it is a big deal because China they have a higher population than us. So I mean, like their market, like
Their market
Dude.
is palpable.
Yeah.
no,
Look to the NBA.
yeah, exactly.
Look at John
all the
Cena.
movies.
John
the-
Cena.
Yeah, look at John. Who low key is funny? Who low key is funny?
He's funny.
But he speaks perfect Mandarin.
Dude, Mandarin is a good language to learn. The good language to learn.
Yeah, I should have learned Mandarin.
You got Korean instead. That's very
Then you
boring.
can be apologizing for everybody.
Yeah.
sorry
Sure.
sorry about Taiwan.
Konnichiwa.
I mean, we
That's
wanted to do like, I mean, that's why, you know, when the Hong Kong thing was happening, that whole thing, a lot of people were calling it a color revolution.
Yo, Hong Kong was wild though.
It was wild, but like people were calling it a color revolution.
Oh, what revolution?
Color revolution. That means it's supported by the CIA.
Oh, see, there you go.
The CIA, it's pretty much the CIA just paid people to start something.
Probably, man. Probably. I told you, bro. They topple governments. What makes you think they're not going to be like, you know what?
Well, we have a vested interest in not having China surpass us. We like our monopolar world. You know, we don't want a multipolar. We don't want that.
Yeah.
What does that mean, multipolar, for the audience?
You mean for you?
Really.
For
It
the
means-
audience.
We
It
don't.
means it's more than one superpower. It's more than one, one spot of power on the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like it
basic-
used to be like during the Cold War, it was Russia and us,
Yeah.
right?
the dollar was
I w-
in the battle with the ruble, and you don't want the dollar in the battle with what is it, the yuan?
Yeah, the yuan.
Yeah,
But you know what? Who's the tippy top fucking dog right now? It's
that's
us.
right.
It's us.
And you know who's, like we don't want to give that up.
Yeah,
because
no,
we run
I don't
shit.
blame them. Yeah, I don't blame them.
Yeah, freedom.
freedom,
Break-
freedom,
whoever,
baby.
Dollars.
Whoever reverse engineers the UFO technology, that's who is going to end up winning. Going to be
Why do you think we're winning? Because we've already done it.
I've seen Fred. I've seen Fred. That's how we're doing it.
You ever heard of Bob Lazar?
Golly, you ever
We're not rehashing this.
Barry?
We're not rehashing Bob Lazar, please. For the love
Everybody's
of
waiting for
God.
Barry to come out, man. They're like,
Are
"Where's
we?"
Barry? Barry, Bob Lazar's partner. Where's Barry at?
Are we? I'm sure Rogan's been ringing his phone off the hook, going like, "Yeah, man."
No, not Rogan. Jeremy Corbell.
Who?
That guy's so fucking annoying. We've had this conversation. That guy ruins podcasts, dude.
Maybe it could be like Lex Friedman.
I like Lex.
I like Lex.
I don't know. I think he's a plant.
He probably is a
plant?
plant. He's
He
a
kinda-
Russian
He
plant.
came out of nowhere. Is he Russian or is he Ukrainian? I can't remember.
He's Ukrainian.
But he's fluent in Russian.
A lot
Yeah,
of
because they all
Ukrainians are. They were.
He was born in the Soviet Union. So.
You know who's also Ukrainian? Stalin. No, he was Georgian. Sorry, I'm thinking of Khrushchev.
Was Khrushchev Ukrainian?
Yeah, he was Ukrainian.
Yeah, I'll say because Stalin was definitely not Ukrainian. He was definitely Georgian.
Georgian. Yeah, I
Stalin,
corrected
hold
myself
on.
immediately.
Stalin wasn't Russian.
No, he was
No.
he was Georgian.
He was Georgian.
How did he rise to power?
He was a brutal gangster. He was Lenin
was
didn't want him to succeed him.
How
Lenin
He was
didn't want
ruthless as
him.
fuck, dude.
you go to a country that you're not even?
Soviet Union. It wasn't about his country. It was about
Yeah.
the Soviet Union.
Yeah, it was
baby.
about the Soviet Union. And he was like, when he had control. He was a strong man who was very brutal in his tactics. He was a gangster, basically. And his rival, I forget his name, met an ice pick to the face in Mexico. So he was out.
You mean Mexico
Trotsky.
City, where Lenin was killed? Wasn't it Lenin?
Trotsky.
Or
Lenin died
Trotsky?
of cancer.
It was Trotsky then, yeah. In
Yeah.
Mexico City, right?
Yeah, it was in Mexico City. He
Yeah.
had a date
got
with an ice
fucking-
pick to the face. Yeah.
All
That's-
right, out of all,
That's who was supposed to run the Soviet Union.
all right, out of all the world's history, who was probably like the greatest leader?
Alexander the Great.
Was he the greatest leader? He was losing control of his army at the end.
He was he a leader? He just went.
I know. I mean,
Sure.
he just fought until he died.
Greatest leader, dude. You got to get people to fight for you.
I would say the greatest leader
Would be Genghis Khan.
God, I can't even say it. The greatest leader was probably Augustus Caesar.
Oh,
I'm sticking with Alexander.
or Marcus Aurelius. The wise
no,
man.
I mean, he didn't really.
It would be
He
like
didn't really do much, to be honest. He kind of just maintained, fought the Germans.
He was a wise man.
Yeah, but that was like
Like
the
he's the greatest
extent.
leader.
Yeah, he had his predecessors were better than him. Like the Year of the Four Emperor. I mean, not the Year of the Four Emperors, but like the previous emperors did more. Like I would say, out of Roman emperors, I would say Julius is better than him. I would say Augustus is better than him. I would say the dude who's the dude that sacked Jerusalem? Tiberius. No, not Tiberius. No, not Titus. Titus was a pretty good one.
Have you guys heard about these red heifers in Texas that are getting moved to Israel?
No.
The cows?
Yeah. Supposedly, like Texas has.
There's
like,
no B in supposedly.
supposedly.
Why do you keep saying that, dude?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know.
Trajan, Emperor Trajan. I would say he was better.
But Google this. Type in.
This sounds
Texas-
like a South Park episode. I swear I watched, and Van Halen was involved.
red heifers from Texas are being sacrificed in Israel. And I guess when that happens, there'll be like peace in the Middle East.
That's the South Park episode.
But that's real though. Why are they doing it then? Is South Park
Red heifers in Israel 2024. The massive altar for red heifer
has been
sacrifice.
built?
It's something in I'm reading this in Charisma News. It sounds fake, but since the times of Moses, only 9 red heifers have been sacrificed. Now, a massive altar for the 10th red heifer sacrifice has been built in Israel, and there's a tremendous amount of speculation that it could happen soon. I don't
So
know.
it hasn't happened.
No, it's getting ready to happen. As we're talking, they're probably doing it right now.
Okay,
Fake news, dude.
so
Fake.
the first result that comes up is Charisma News. The second is Glenn Beck. So I have some doubts about this.
Yes.
Just wait in 10 days. There's gonna
What is your algorithm giving you, dude? Like, you're really
Well, I found CBS. It's okay. His TikTok must be wild, dude. It doesn't have like that conspiracy music in the background all the time, like do 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 do.
I like the Twilight Zone one.
There's red heifers being sacrificed.
like, what are you even talking about, man?
I'm talking about the CIA, man.
But who even cares about red heifers if they are being sacrificed? Like, what? That's economy. It's exports.
I think
Sell them to Israel.
I think they're like extremely rare or something.
Who cares? I don't give a fuck. I don't.
So
Like, why would I care
CBS
about
is
that?
saying
It's
they're
a
bringing them
cow.
to sacrifice in the West Bank in order to like be true to numbers in the Bible, which kind of I don't know if that's Old Testament or not.
What are we talking about here? I don't even care. I thought we were asking who the greatest leader in the world was.
I know
And then
there
you
were
switched to red heifers.
was it Red Hat? Okay, so Scott thinks the greatest leader of all time is Marcus Aurelius for God knows reasons.
Wait, hold on. I mean, like, I was just throwing out a name. Like, that's a pretty good leader. And
He's a
you know,
pretty
actually-
good, but like he's not even a top emperor of Rome.
I'm still saying either Alexander, Napoleon, or George Washington.
George Washington.
Ooh,
George Washington?
George Washington didn't want the power. Like,
He
get
didn't want
power-
the power, but he was also like a fail son for like the first 2 years of the war.
That's fine, but guess what, man? Literally, we were losing the war, and he kept us going
I like
because
George
people literally just because people believed
He
in him.
kept people going because he kept the war going because of people around him, like Lafayette, like Strauss, the German fucking dude who trained all the army in Valley Forge.
You're talking about Baron von Steuben.
Steuben. And then
But George Washington
the
was the
French came
visionary.
in. His also his lieutenants like Green or something were just better.
Right?
Nathaniel Green.
Nathaniel
Who-
Green was a fucking G.
But who? All those people that you named that you said were better elected him as the president. They wanted
Congress
him.
elected him as general because
So, but no,
and
here's
you
the
know
thing,
why they elected him
is-
because he showed up in a uniform.
How long did the revolution last?
5 years.
No, it was about
8 years. It was 8 years.
I was going to say 7.
No, it was 8 years.
1776
and
1783.
83 is when the Articles of Confederation were
Established.
ratified. But like 76, so like it's weird because like
I mean, when the Declaration of Independence went out, that was a declaration of war.
we were already at war though,
Yeah.
right?
Declaration.
Well, you can't declare a war when you're not a real country anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Look, man, back then they fought proper wars.
You know,
That's why they
But-
lined up and just let you shoot.
just
while
think
they were
about it.
reloading.
Gentlemen.
after 2 years, they thought they were not going to win the war, and they continued to fight because Washington's letters to Congress. They refused to pay people. He literally would walk in, and they couldn't pay people. They didn't pay people for what, weeks, months, whatever.
Yeah.
And he would go in and he would rouse his troops to reenlist.
He did do that, yes. But
You
he
ever heard
also
about
just he also suffered so many losses. I mean, like they never retook. I mean, as soon as New
That's
York was
how he
taken, they
went.
never took it back. They only took it back after the British retreat.
yeah, like after New York,
then
and
they
stuff like that. Yeah,
then
they didn't need
fucking
to.
Clinton just partied up in New York. Then he was like, "Oh, I guess I should do something." Went to the Carolinas, razed that to the fucking ground.
Bro, it was crazy. But guess what? Guess who the commanding general was? It was General George Washington,
That's right.
the general of the, the actual army, the
I-
Continental Army.
I think the victory for the revolution was a collective effort. To be honest, Benjamin
No,
Franklin
the
getting
fa-
the French in was a huge boon. Freaking the British just wasting money and eventually just becoming unpopular in the home
They
front.
were already. I mean, the loyalists were already bitches. So fuck those guys.
I mean, they were sitting pretty in New York.
And don't
They were
forget that
pretty-
don't forget they were all Freemasons.
There was an issue with the commanding general of the
you-
British Army just partying in New York for years.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's
the only
the
one who
people-
really did anything in the British Army was like Cornwallis, and then after Yorktown, he was out.
Cornwallis was a bitch, dude.
I mean, he did take them down. I mean, who was the one who was following him the whole time was the thing.
Guess who's a free country now?
Who?
Thank you, French.
United fucking States. Dude.
Thank you. I would say thank you, France, and then we just and then it got their
Nah,
king guillotined.
France gave up towards the end.
They were with us, and then they got guillotined. The only reason the
Guillotined.
Republic and the rise of, I would say, a top 3 leader, absolutely Napoleon came, was because of the revolution.
Napoleon was a badass.
He
leader.
was a badass leader, but he
You
was
really
also,
want-
but he also
Oh.
got to where he was because of the people surrounding him. He didn't want to. He was so nervous he couldn't really do the coup d'état. His brothers did it.
Dude, he was soft. Did you ever see that movie? He was
I knew you were gonna
nice.
bring up the
He was
movie.
nice.
I haven't watched it.
It's
But
inaccurate, but
The man walked out of exile and took command of the army.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
that was
crazy.
after
I mean,
all,
come
all
on,
said and
dude.
done. That was after it was all said and done. Like, he was such a G, right? Like, even after his final exile, before they actually sent him down, they put him on a ship, a prison ship, into Great Britain. They brought him to Great Britain. The king, George IV, didn't even want to, like, not George IV. It was like Edward VII or something. Didn't even want to go and see him because he knew everyone was going to be like, let's make Napoleon king. So he didn't show up because
Yeah.
he was the most, he knew he would be so unpopular there compared to him.
You know,
Napoleon
Napoleon was a
He was a
Freemason,
badass.
too.
Napoleon was many things. Loved by the hierarchy and elites in Europe, he was not.
Mm.
He was not loved by the elites. That's why they had 7 coalitions against him.
Have you guys? Here's
Man of the people.
conspiracy.
He was the man of the people. That's who
Right.
he was.
Have you guys ever seen him with his hand, the right hand in his pocket in his paintings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
George Washington does it too.
Have you not played
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed?
But did you guys not know that George Washington does it too?
He's holding the apple of Eden.
No, here's the thing. A lot of people in that time, they would put their hand, they would hide their hand where they were getting painted, and they were behind the scenes. They were called the hidden hand.
Again, Napoleon was not popular with the European elite.
Can I ask you one question?
Go ahead.
How do you know they pose like that and the artist just didn't paint it like that because it was in vogue?
Napoleon was very famous for his hand in his jacket.
Yeah, I know.
It's not a photograph. It's a painting.
It is.
That doesn't mean they didn't mean they posed like that. The painter could have just painted it like that.
Well, the
because it was
painter,
popular.
you're right. The painter did that, but it was
But what?
But it was symbolize that he was part of the
Was
hidden
Joseph Stalin.
hand, the hidden hand behind society.
The Illuminati? Like, are we talking Illuminati? Are we talking Freemason? What are we talking about here?
I said he was a Freemason. I'm just praying that one of you guys start connecting the dots here.
I don't
No,
think Napoleon. I
I'm
don't think
saying-
Napoleon was part of a secret society.
I don't think
Napoleon
he
was
either,
not a follower. He was a leader. If someone approached him to be a part of a secret society, Napoleon would be thinking about taking
I feel
it.
like, you know what though? Hold on. All right. All jokes aside, I feel like a lot of these high-powered people are part of secret societies.
It could be his
I feel like
descendants
they
are still. He still has descendants. One is a banker in New York.
I'm
They
not
could be
talking
part
about
of this, but I don't think Napoleon, the man himself, was not.
'Cause
I don't think he
about
was.
it. Think about it though. I mean, like, if you did have like a secret society, it's just I feel like it's easier to like network and stuff like that.
It probably is, but
That's how-
Napoleon was famously against elites, and the Freemason and the Illuminati were like elite people. Napoleon was famously against them, and not to mention those elite people like the Illuminati and stuff like that. There was no way they didn't leave France during the Reign of Terror, especially after Robespierre.
Didn't Thomas Jefferson go to France?
A lot of the
Yes.
Americans did, yeah. Ben Franklin's journal
Ben-
detailed how much he fucked in France.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because he was poor. It wasn't. He was a Freemason too, right?
Most of the founding fathers were, yes. Freemason was very popular. There's a painting of George Washington in a Freemason outfit.
Oh, is there really?
Yeah, it has like a skirt. It's like a skirt and shit.
Oh, yeah.
I think we call those kilts for males.
You know what? Call it what you will. I don't think it was Scottish or Irish.
Man, I wonder why that is. What is so great about Freemason?
A lot of Freemasonry at its core was just a union of people who worked in masonry, and a lot of the founding fathers did.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, it was basically a union.
Oh,
Yeah, guilds were really popular back then. It was a way to like you said, it was like a way to network and like
Yeah.
meet people, and it was a way to like preserve certain ideals.
yeah.
But I don't think it was like nefarious in any way. It was just like
No,
a
no,
thing,
I agree.
you know.
Probably wasn't like, oh, we're taking over the world.
It wasn't a secret society back then. That's for sure.
No, it wasn't.
No,
No. They wouldn't get like official.
it was literally a
paintings.
guild. Like Masons literally started it to unionize. and trade like literally it was made to like, hey, like let's cement like how much that it wasn't always about money, but it was like, hey, this is the trade, this is how we do things, these are the best practices, like this is how we got to get this across everybody.
Yeah, you have to remember
Kind
a
of
lot of the
level.
founding fathers had different jobs before all this went down. You know, like Washington was a soldier, but he was also like a surveyor, you know, of land.
Yeah. And by soldier, you mean he was a militiaman who was kind of
Well,
voted
he
to be-
did fight in the French and Indian War.
yeah, kind of.
He donned the red coat.
I will say he kind of started some shit during the French and Indian War.
Look, there is some theories that perhaps he helped kick it off, but
he might have killed some people that weren't supposed to be killed, you know.
yeah. I mean, like, say what you will about like Britain and France, they kind of treated the natives a little better than Freedom America did.
That's what made George Washington famous, because
Yeah.
of how that stuff kind of kicked off.
Because he was vicious, right? Wasn't he like vicious?
He wasn't vicious. It was just the guys he was leading. It was, you got to look up like what was it? Fort damn, what was that fort called?
Was this in the Iroquois?
Shit.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember where it was. I think it was in the Iroquois Confederacy.
Yeah. It was during that time. Fuck, what was the fort called? I want to call it Fort Resilience, but it wasn't Fort Resilience.
Look, there was a lot of shit. Like a lot of American history like starts, you know, during the Revolution, but there was a lot of shit going down before that. There was a lot of shit going down before that. I mean, like the colonies were fighting. Like Maryland was involved in numerous wars before the Revolution. We tried to take Philadelphia.
Well,
there was
you
a
know,
fight between the Mason-Dixon
the states
line.
kind of view themselves as countries, not so much as states, right? Like,
Right. There were
you know,
colonies.
but also there was people like Washington who viewed himself as an Englishman.
Mhm.
You know,
And then,
not just a Virginian, but an Englishman.
well, that's one of the reasons why the Civil War happened, was because people still identified with their state more than their nation. You know, you were a Virginia first.
Yeah, but
you were an
they
American
didn't
second.
consider their state a country at that time, though. That's the
They
difference.
didn't, but their loyalties lied more with the state.
More towards the state,
than the
yeah,
nation
Like some of the
itself.
generals that went to West Point, they were like, "I'm still a Virginian."
Yeah.
How do you guys even know?
Even you read books.
Well, they wrote journals. Like journaling and diaries were like a real thing.
I know. It's just like, my fairest,
And
lovely wife,
speeches.
Beauregard.
They were probably just being sarcastic.
No,
You
that's
know?
why Robert
Like-
E. Lee defect. Is because Virginia seceded. That's the only reason he fought for the Confederacy, was because he was a Virginian first.
Yeah, he even said that. He
Okay,
legit said that.
Does this kind of remind you of like Texas? You know how like Texas is.
I mean,
like,
they're trying to keep that alive. Yeah, don't mess with Texas. Tex it. It's stupid, but yeah,
Texas,
huh?
huh?
You want to move to Texas? Good luck. Good luck. Don't
I
be
thought
broke.
I thought about moving to Texas. It sounds pretty dope down there.
Nah, I like the city of Austin, but the rest of Texas.
Wow, I had some dope food in Dallas. It was pretty
Okay,
great.
okay, you went to Buc-ee's once. That's very cool.
I've never been to Buc-ee's.
How are you gonna go to Texas and not go to Buc-ee's?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there when. I mean, maybe it was there. I don't know. I don't remember stopping at a Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's is like the Sheets, but like times two.
But that's like a new. I don't know if it's a new thing. It's just a newfound. Like, oh my god, you ever seen this place? It's called Buc-ee's.
Yeah,
It's
it's been
been
around for like
forever, like-
for a while, especially before
Yeah.
COVID.
In 5 years, Sheets will be the next Buc-ee's. You just named it.
Dude, I
There you
hope
go.
so, because I miss Sheets and there's none
Sheets
past
is fire.
Ohio.
Wow,
I like Royal Farms more than Sheets, dude.
I know you guys used to love Royal. Like, yeah, pick up a box of chicken.
Sorry,
Like,
to me,
Damn.
I'm loyal to the Wawas.
Wawa something.
Royal Farms.
Wawa,
is
no,
dope.
Wawas is just pure nostalgic for me. That's where that's how I had my first cup of coffee.
They don't have like gas stations like that out here.
I mean, we have who Who's the Browns owner? He owns gas stations around here. They're kind of like that.
Pilot or
Pilot.
JJ?
Pilot. Pilot's kind of like that.
Yeah.
We have
The
those
Pilot?
here.
But it's not.
Yeah, but that's like a trucking. That's like a truck
Yeah.
stop kind of thing.
Yeah, but it also has like a grocery store in there. You know, you can get some made MTOs.
Mm.
I'm not gonna say it's like Sheets quality, but you can.
Sheets is just.
I know
Fire.
Sheets is out of this world. It's like nostalgic. Like I remember, like being on the East Coast and like dreaming about taking a road trip to White Castle. Now I'm dreaming of taking a
Mhm.
road trip to Sheets.
I'd go to White Castle in a heartbeat, dude.
Dude, people hear White Castle, they're spoiled. They think it's the grossest thing in the world. Why would you ever want that? I'm like, I remember when I first got here, I got the suitcase. I fucking ate that shit. It was like at Harold and Kumar. I thought it was the best.
It's like out west where people are like, "Oh yeah, fuck In-N-Out." You know what I mean?
Yeah, fucking hell.
I'm like, In-N-Out's pretty good.
I think it's pretty
good.
decent.
I
I
like it.
loved it. I thought it was good.
I don't think their fries are that good, but their burgers are pretty solid, dude.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, the
But you know
burger's
what,
solid,
though?
yeah.
Five Guys is still.
Top.
Dude,
Yeah.
if my burger doesn't come in a bag
Mm.
that looks like it's about to bottom out, I don't want it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sell their
Dude.
food fresh.
Five Guys burgers, fries, man.
Like,
it's
if
just
you
so
got-
expensive. It's
Like,
so
It
expensive.
is. It
If
is.
you guys were to own a restaurant or like a deli,
Don't
or
say it. I've always wanted to. I want to own a bar, a restaurant, and a strip club at the same time. It's got to have everything.
I don't. You know what? That's a big thing in Atlanta or like down south. Is like
Look, if I have to go to Hot Atlanta, I will, dude.
like that's weird.
I love Atlanta. I love that city. Are you kidding me? I've
How
had
does that
so much
mix?
fun there.
They used to be like, yeah, I want some wings while I'm watching this girl strip. Nah, that's weird, bro.
Who
Nah, dude.
people need to
Everybody-
eat.
What are you talking about? It's about cheetahs in Charlotte, dude. You got to get brunch after the strip club closed.
Is that God? I was just in Charlotte. I didn't see that.
Are you kidding?
I didn't see a strip club in Charlotte. No, I was right in front of the Hornet Stadium.
That's weird.
You missed out, dude. Their brunches.
I had a dude
Bye.
crip walk in front of me, and that was it. That was my experience.
So you would want to? I mean, like, I want to just have a steakhouse.
Steak, dude.
In a
You're not,
bar.
dude.
Nah,
I don't know. I don't know. I can't.
I always thought I would want to run a bar with a deli and do homemade potato chips, like homemade like stuff like that, dude.
Yeah.
Will it be? Real
That's what I
hard?
want to do. Yeah. Like me,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
literally having somebody back there slicing potatoes,
Yeah.
blanching
Why
them,
potato
frying
chips?
them. What?
Why potato chips?
It's different. Everybody does French fries, but a lot of people don't do homemade potato chips.
So what's it gonna? Oh my god, dude! Just make it a strip club. Just be taters and tits.
That's the other side of the
Yeah.
bar, dude.
That's after hours, man.
Yeah.
Like Gordon Ramsay, can you fix my restaurant?
Katie's.
What's the problem here?
Like,
This girl is dancing on the pole. She's
Have-
16
have you
years
guys
old.
ever seen Trailer Park Boys? Because they stole my
She ain't
idea.
never cleaned it. She gotta wash her hands.
Have you guys
What'd you
ever
say,
seen
Joe?
Trailer Park Boys? Yeah.
Just like a couple episodes here and there.
Oh my god. So one of the main guys, he had a gym, a bar, and a strip club, and that was my idea.
Yeah, no.
You don't want to get your drink on while you get your pump on? Come on, man.
And where's the strip club come in afterwards when you're drinking?
Yeah.
On the way out.
Work out, drink.
You wouldn't go to a gym where there's like bikini class.
That's
Dude, that's like
different.
the gyms now.
Just women.
bro.
I mean, that's gonna get you to like hit that max. Come on. You don't want to embarrass
no,
yourself
that's-
now.
That's the gyms now, bro. All the girls now that go to the gym, that's what they work out.
No,
in.
but this is my job is making sure they're there. You know? At all hours.
I'm gonna be honest. If I'm in a gym like that, I'm not hitting PRs, dude. I'm too distracted.
But you want to impress them though. You don't want to
No, dude,
no,
they're
no.
impressing me.
See, if you're not benching 225, they're contractually obligated to laugh at you.
That's fine.
They'll
It's
be
like
like going next to each other like this, like,
They do that all the time already.
What are you talking about?
dude, your gym experience must be terrible.
What are you talking about?
Women already laugh at you all the time.
Why would that stop me? If I had a bunch of hot chicks laugh at me, like I'm just be like, okay.
No, they're not laughing. They're smiling and waving.
Oh,
Yeah,
you switched up real quick on that.
Reinterpret this. Be like, yeah.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Okay.
1001.
You know what? You don't understand. Like, this is going to be like the next like iteration of the mall because it's dying. So you're gonna have your strip club, you're gonna have your bar, you're gonna have your gym. You're going to have your
The mall is not
your
dead,
burger
bro.
joint.
The mall is not dead. Go to Woodfield Mall. One time.
Yeah, name another mall other than Woodfield in the Illinois area of 6.5 million people that other people go to. Name another mall.
I don't know, but
Of course, you don't know because they're dead.
Bro, I went to Woodfield one time on a Tuesday.
If only one mall is alive in an area of 6.5 million people, there's a problem.
Lit. I'm saying lit.
But that's just one mall, and it's the biggest in in this hemisphere.
Here's a question. Just because it's the one big mall in your area, maybe that means we had too many malls to begin with.
Ooh,
Maybe we just need fewer malls.
We 100% did. 2 days ago, we just closed Springfield and Algonquin.
Springfield is not closed.
Spring Hill is done. It's closed. It's over. It closed on the 22nd.
That was 3 days ago.
It's over. You can't go there anymore. He's looking this up. He doesn't believe me.
Done, dude.
It's done. It's over. It's closed. Remember Owings Mills Mall? Where's that?
Oh my God, he's permanently closed.
Oh, Owings Mills
is no longer even there.
It hasn't been there for like 10 years, dude.
It's like a Whole Foods now.
It's a Costco.
A Costco, that's what it was. Because I wanted to go for nostalgic purposes, and I was like, why does this map keep taking me to Costco?
That's crazy.
Malls are dying.
Maybe like Chris said, there's just too many of them.
There is too many.
I think there was too many.
I think we need to reimagine it. So bar, strip club, restaurant. You can have your taters if you want. You could have a gym.
So maybe what you're saying is instead of, taking away from malls, maybe we should just add strip clubs to malls. They already have gyms, right? Gold's Gym might be there. They already have a couple bars.
You want to move away from commercialism, move away and then move to lifestyle. You want to make mall a lifestyle.
And have a great experience.
Because guess what? A gym, a restaurant, you can't order that on Amazon.
No, you go to the gym, you work out, you shower.
You feeling really good about your pump? You're feeling really good? The strippers are going to smile at me now.
Let's add a library.
Let's go over there.
Let's add a library.
No, let's add a Whole Foods.
Yeah.
We could add a Whole Foods to it.
Shopping.
And a computer lab.
Then a computer lab? No.
2004?
No. Have a remote workstation. Have a remote work. Lifetime was doing it.
Why do you need a remote workstation when you have your phone?
Because we want people to stay there.
So you can charge
your phone. You can't do your job on your phone. Most people can, I guess. But like if you're remote working, you can just go there. I'm hungry. Let's go to Whole Foods. I'm hungry. Let's go to Chris's potato chips. You know what?
Yeah.
Boom.
I need to go somewhere and blow off steam. There's a strip club right across the way, man.
Blow off steam.
Boom. You know what is so crazy?
On your break, you need to get your pump on. Gym right there. Jordan's gym right there.
This is all Google.
What?
All this is in Google.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking?
Like if you go to the Google place in California,
do they have strippers?
Yeah, they got everything.
They're building. Yeah. They're building one here. They're building a Googleplex here. They just broke ground a few months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? I have no idea what you guys are talking
Apparently,
about.
Google has strip clubs, restaurants, and gyms, which I'm sure they have all of it. I don't think they have a strip club though.
They probably took our search history and combined it.
Son of a bitch. But this is $1 million idea.
It's $1 billion.
It's $1 billion.
It's better than the app. Boobs are always worth more money than apps.
Sex sells, as they say.
It does.
Sex sells.
It does.
And you know what? For even the nerdy shy types, we can have a bookstore.
Thank you. That's
A library. No, not even a bookstore, a library.
Thank
Cheaper.
you.
Fuck one. Who? Oh my god.
Yeah,
A library?
Yeah.
we need a library.
Libraries are less relevant than bookstores, and bookstores are less relevant than everything.
But if you're there the whole time, you're more likely to go to the library because it's not
Who buys
standalone.
books?
Nobody. That's why I'm saying a library.
No, go to the library is nice, man.
Well, the
It is.
Gil Burton and Elgin is nice. But I'm saying, like, look, if you're there working and then you want to spend your night there because there's a good restaurant, there's also a gym, you want to spend your break at the gym, you'll check out the library at some point. You're not
No,
buying the books, you're just getting a library card.
Why? When you can get a hotel with a bar and a spa.
So you're saying we should have a casino?
Yes.
That's what I heard too. Exactly what I heard. And we could bring Mickey Mace there. And he could teach everybody how.
He can endorse us.
He could just pretend like he knows what he's doing.
Dude, imagine if we also had a casino in there. Like, this is the new mall. This is the mall.
You're pretty much talking about Arundel Mills, dude.
Everything.
Is this
that-
really Arundel Mills?
Does Arundel Mills have the?
I haven't been to Arundel Mills since it opened.
I know, dude. Nobody even believes me when I say that. But yeah, like, because Maryland
They
Live
got
is in the
Maryland
parking lot,
Live.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it is in Arundel, isn't
and
it?
they built the hotel.
Okay, so we don't build it in Maryland.
Okay.
We built it.
You
in
know who needs it?
Chicago.
No, you need it in Virginia, right outside of DC.
Not in Chicago, because Chicago everything would get robbed and shot up and
Yeah. Arlington, Virginia is where it's at.
Arlington, is it legal?
Arlington, Virginia was the #1 place for college students to find their first jobs.
ooh
In the government, right?
Yeah.
No, just in general. Are you kidding me? Do you know how many private companies are headquartered in Virginia?
I don't, actually. I never hear about Arlington.
#1, Amazon, Google,
Ooh. Is that
Microsoft,
really
Boeing, Lockheed Martin. People who want to be close to the government.
Oh, yeah, that one is doing real well. Didn't the CEO like resign today?
Doesn't matter. He got fired.
Who
He
did?
didn't
The
resign.
CEO of Boeing, because their
Oh, Boeing's
737s are
a
so
shit
bad.
dude.
They're 737s,
What's-
man.
What's going on with Boeing? Didn't that one guy die or something? And people
No,
were
the-
like,
The problem with
Their planes
Boeing
are
is
falling
that
apart.
they cut too many
Oh.
corners and it's finally catching up to them,
No,
allegedly.
Scott's talking about the guy who got suicided.
yeah.
Yeah,
Who's the guy that got suicided?
yeah, he was the whistleblower, and he went and he
yeah.
did like a whole bunch of like testimony, and the next day he was dead.
Yeah.
Oh, did he tell everybody? Did he be like, "Hey, they're cutting a lot of costs"?
Yeah,
The problem was he told too many people.
yeah,
Oh, man.
and then he got suicided.
and everything that he's
and-
saying is real, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
I mean, there's so much footage out there of like 737s just failing, dude. Like,
it's falling apart.
I was on a 737 to Charlotte and I was kind of nervous. I won't lie.
Well, so there's a 737, and then there's a 737 Max, and the Max is the one that was like, remember they had to create the whole system. There's a whole, I think it's a Netflix documentary. They had to create this whole extra system to support because they had to move the engines forward on these planes. It's this whole thing, but because they had to do that, they had to have a system that would compensate because the weight would make the planes go like the noses point up. So they had to like make this automatic system to make sure they stayed level, right? But they didn't want to. I can't remember what they called the system itself, but they're like, oh no. If we call it this, the FAA is going to make our people train on it, and we have to have classes. So we're going to say it's a part of this other system, but internally we will refer to it as a separate thing.
You gotta,
Uh,
dude, you gotta love that bottom line, dude. That's the most
Oh, dude.
important thing.
They were like, we can't train people on this. There's too much training anyway. That's literally what they said. There's a whole documentary on it. I think it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix or Hulu.
And it is costing them probably more than it would to train them.
They're fucked. They're completely fucked. And United's had a lot of problems. So United now said they gave up a bunch of oversight to the FAA.
I'm not surprised they had a problem during COVID because of their systems were so outdated, and not to mention they laid off so many pilots and overbooked people at the same time.
mm.
So yeah, United's had some problems, and they're trying to fight with Chicago because they're headquartered here in Chicago, and they're trying to move, and so they're trying to get this huge payday from the city, but the city's not really budging because they're like, you guys kind of fucked up a lot.
I see. I didn't know any. Like you never hear anything about airplanes, really. I feel like they're.
What are you talking about? When
Recently.
when one plane has a disaster, it's everywhere.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but it's kind of, it kind of seems like a contained
Yeah.
incident.
It is. I mean, like when people say, flying is the safest way to travel, it is because, like, you don't hear the news of one car crash, but one plane disaster, it's everywhere because it's
The difference is in
Right.
one car crash, there's like 2 or 3 deaths, and a plane
and
crash.
plane crash is like 200.
deaths.
Yeah.
it's true, but at the same time, there's more car crashes than there is plane disasters.
So who whacked that whistleblower guy?
Boeing, probably,
Yeah,
allegedly.
man, they got.
We're looking, yeah, allegedly.
Who made? I wonder who was the guy that who made that call? Was it his supervisor? Like, get him, whack him.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Don't worry
Yeah,
about
you're
it,
right.
man.
You're right. I'm sorry.
I don't want to see you slumped over on your steering wheel.
Don't
You're-
ask questions you don't want the answers
Yeah,
to.
on your 4-cylinder Dodge Charger.
Whoa,
You have a 4-cylinder Dodge Charger?
they don't make a 4-cylinder Dodge Charger,
It's 6-cylinder, isn't it?
but there's turbo. Have you guys seen this new TV show on Netflix called Three Body Problem? Bro,
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it's about.
you guys need to watch this.
Yeah,
show
does he also have a
Three-
6-cylinder Charger?
Three Body Problem.
This is like something out of Shameless.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's called Three Body Problem. You gotta look it up on Netflix. It's pretty good. So it's like I'll just give you the rundown. I'll give you the rundown. These people, they contacted alien
Of course.
that were like 400 light years away or something. And the aliens were like, "Oh, your planet is a lot better than our planet, so we're just gonna make our way to your planet." So they're all traveling to Earth or whatever, these aliens. And there was like a cult of people. The people that first like heard their communication or whatever, and they started calling them Lord and stuff like that. And you know what, you guys, I'm not a good describing, but it's a good
Okay.
show.
That is
So I got a question. If they were 400 light years away, how do they make it here within less than 400 light years?
No, it takes them 400 years to get here.
So then everybody else is dead.
But
by
here's the
time they get
thing.
here.
But here's the thing. They're
you missed the thing.
they're prepping everybody and their descendants to get there for when they come, because they're gonna come and annihilate them or whatever. But
Wait, so is this supposed to be like a documentary? Or is this like a fake show?
no, it's a fake show.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
That
like
makes-
Resident Alien on Netflix.
the
Three
fuck is
bo-
that?
Three
I
bottom.
think it's funny.
Oh, hold on, I love Resident. You know this? I was watching Resident.
I
Alien
think it's
yesterday.
funny. I think it's funny, especially
It's
with that
hilarious.
little kid. Yeah.
What? I don't know what that is.
It's basically an alien who crash lands on the planet that he was meant to exterminate. So, Earth, and he's just trying to blend in with society,
He's just trying.
So it's just Goku?
essentially, but he's evil.
He's just trying
Technically,
to blend, in, bro. He's just trying to blend in.
he's just trying to blend in.
Hey, he's just saying.
Rest in peace, man. Toriyama.
Akira Toriyama.
All right. That is all the time we have left. Thank you for tuning in to Back Society. This is Jay signing off.
This is
And of course,
Let's see money.
thanks
Hey,
for
babe.
watching.